Hello and welcome. We're looking for $2 million homes around the country. This time it's Kentucky, my old Kentucky home. I have so many fond memories of Kentucky. My parents are from Kentucky, Monticello specifically, and so I love the Lake Cumberland area. There's just so much about the land that is just awesome. And looking into this, it was unique. They had many homes that were from the 1800s, which was very cool. And this group that I want to show you, there were some nice big houses with a pool and just really cool pool houses to go along with it. There were like whole entertainment areas in and of themselves. But the Bourbon Trail, Kentucky Derby, everything, just awesome. Anyway, here we go. This one is in Nicholasville, which is kind of outside of Lexington, which, if you don't know much about Kentucky, is a little bit east of Louisville. This is just a big house with big windows, big stairs, just great views. I think it's on about 16 acres. It's a little hard to get the full lay of the house just with it empty like this, but it has a nice big pool, and then, like I said, a big outdoor pool area, vista views, wonderful windows, a lot of light in this place. A little bit dated, kind of on the interior. It's clean, but they haven't done much with it. I'm going to get to the pool house. So it is, it has its own pool table, pool house with a pool table and a kitchenette inside of it. So a great, wonderful entertainment area. Moving on. This one is also in Nicholasville, which is just outside Lexington, and it had a good. I like the hardwood floors, and with the contrast of the light walls, and the rock on the fireplace, and this had a little bit more attention to detail, like the ceilings were just a little bit more fancy. And again, I don't like that color. Like, don't get me wrong, but they had a ping pong table, so they win. All right. A great, again, another pool with a wonderful pool house, which is again just a man cave and area to get together and gather. Just potentially a lot of family fun. This one is on a lake, which is Kentucky Lake, which is one of the twin lakes on the kind of western side of Kentucky. So it's a big, wonderful lake where you can do a lot of skiing and such. And it has a good view of the water. It doesn't look like much when you pull up to it, but it's kind of more the backside is more impressive. But it has its own dock and area to pull in your boat, which is kind of the big draw of it. So the interior was open, and you gotta have your funky fan, because funky fan. If that ever fell, it's chopping off people. But overall, nice house, had a separate barn, hot tub, but just this is just, you're doing the lake living, so that's a wonderful thing. This one I really like. This is in Harrodsburg, which is kind of not too far from Lexington. I think it was like an hour and a half to Louisville. I would pass by it on the way down to Monticello. But it had, I think, 95 acres. So you have all this land here to play with. And you see the outside of this house, and it doesn't. Oh, here's a better view of all that. So I really like it. The land had nice features, and it was kind of hilly, but not too hilly. And so it was a neat land. But the outside doesn't look like much. Kind of just looks like a standard barn. But the inside, they really made it their own. And it just, I don't know. It just had the feeling of like a custom bar or tavern or something. It was the inside. They did more with it. It's, I guess, the biggest difference between the outside and the inside. So you look at the outside and you think one thing, and then you see the inside, and it's very cozy and different and warm. So, and I think just the combo of, and the Bourbon Trail's not too far away, so you can get all this wonderful bourbon and whiskey. But it was just a big difference between the inside and the outside, and it had other barns on the property as well. So it was really cool. I mean, you see the outside and you're like, huh? You paid how much for this? But then to have the whole property and the other barn and everything else, I think would be pretty special. Moving on. This is, oh man, this is so good. So if you want to start up a sanitarium or a cult, this would be the place to do it. It is like Eastern Kentucky. I've never even been there. It's kind of close to nothing, conveniently close to nothing, but it's got 26,000 square feet on 9 bedrooms and 15 baths, and it just looks like it could be, I don't know, you walk in and that's what you see, these people wrestling snakes. It had so many of these choices. Your statues, the giraffe, the color. I mean, not my cup of tea, but I guess they went for it. Good for them. Like, that painting's just kind of odd, and I like this room. This is a nice billiards room. This is kind of buttoned up a little bit, but then they kind of take so many turns in so many different directions that I don't like the wallpaper, and it looks like there's plenty of space. Like, this would be great because you could just totally drop all the curtains and blackout curtains and just sleep all day long. So I guess that's what that's for. And then it has this funky bathroom of, I guess, with the jets and everything. It's just a big amount of space for this. And the paintings, and it just kind of goes on and on and on. And they got their own basement. They have their own professional soundstage set up, which I guess is cool. You could have bands in or have your own little plays, and I don't even know what you do with this, but it's just fabulous. A little workout area. It's got an indoor pool, but they went a little crazy on the colors, but they have a hot tub too. So if you wanted to get away from it all and have your big compound, this would be it. Now, I can't imagine how much it looks like it needs a new roof. I don't know how much that would be. That'd be kind of crazy. It'd be more than $100,000, I'll tell you that. But it is most impressive. Moving on. So this one was just kind of in the funky category. Just a little bit north and east of Louisville. It's kind of your, I like to call the ranch style, because they expose beams all over the place, and wood, and you see all these rackets here and you say, well, they better like rackets. Well, they sure do, because there's not one, but there are 2 tennis courts on this property. And it was Hallmark movie Starting Up Love was filmed at this location. So that just, anytime your place was a Hallmark movie location, you get on the list. This house was in Danville, which is, you would think it's kind of far away from stuff, but it's close to Lexington, an hour and a half to Louisville. I think it was a hour-ish down to Monticello, and it was an hour and a half to Bowling Green, and the Mammoth Cave area too. So not really next to anything per se, but not terribly far away. And I think you also got 5 minutes from downtown Danville. 14 acres. So it was a nice house again with plenty of parking and a nice pool with a deep side and again another just really cool outdoor entertainment area. This is not as cool as some of the other ones, but it's still covered and there's seating and it's really nice. Cool doors. It just upgraded appliances. I just, it's different. I kind of like that. I appreciate that, they took their time and all this is very chic. but I like the contrast of the gray and the wood grain, and then the plain tones were all together, buttoned up very nicely. And it's got a closet. There you go. So, but this big like stair steps into the slide was a big touch. So, just hadn't really seen that before. But so a lot, not much to the land, but plenty of it. Not near anybody. Okay, moving on. This house was built in 1900, and it was our funky edition. So it is located just east of Louisville, so you're close to your big city attractions and the Kentucky Derby. So the outside, they have these funky statues, and they got horses, they got armored knights. You walk in, they got some funky paintings going. They like their fireplaces. They have so many different styles going on, and so much. It's a little bit more compartmentalized just because it's so old, and that's the way they build houses. Another fireplace, but you do have the moldings, and then a greater attention to detail, the carving in the wood all over the house. The kitchen, they made a good use of the space. Again, it's from a smaller time, so everything was a little bit smaller. This is, your big wooden den, just wonderful. But we move on out, and the part that just I liked, and oh yeah, so this was like the ceiling of that, which was just cool. And I don't know if the bed stays, but the bedpost was neat as well. And I also like the downstairs area that had not sure what that is, if it's like this little bar or what. Of course, you have to have your bathtub in front of the window. But this going outside, you got your wooden statue of your wizard, 'cause yeah, of course. Let's check this out. That's like Gandalf or something. That's just awesome. So I just totally get along with these people. And it has this was kind of like a natural pool, so it's like they cut it into the rock kind of deal, and it's got just a more sublime pool house, but a nice outdoor entertainment area. But they made it all look very natural, so it was a cool way to do it, and a lot more attention to detail than they had to do. I think this overall didn't have that many acres, like just 2 acres, but it feels like a lot more. So it just was special and relaxing. And here's another cool sculpture. Is that a griffin or a dragon? I don't know, can't tell. Just awesome and fun, and close to one of the biggest city in Kentucky. And so this one is actually in Lexington, and it won just because the landscape of it was so nice, and the overall property was just very serene, and it had kind of a balance to it, and it had space, and I think it had 10 acres, so enough privacy, but not too over the top. Not crazy about the orange. That's kind of my only knock on things. I like the warmth of it, but it's something I'd have to see in person to either love or hate, I think. And some of these in 2001, so that has a 2001 kind of kitchen to it, but I like it. And they took some good chances on the color and things. I think overall, it's just the downstairs they had like a bar, an entertainment area, and everything. This is really the landscape and the layout of everything was really appealing, and like this mega big building by the pool, where you can have it has a full kitchenette, it had a dining area and a TV area, and it also had a changing area to go in and out of the pool. So I think it had garage doors too. I think you could. No, no, I guess you can't. But it was just such a nice, relaxing overall aesthetic to everything. I think really the outdoor made it for me. So all this, open area, just to get away from it all. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed Kentucky. It was a lot of fun looking around, and have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. I appreciate you, and have a great day.